Do you think of yourself as a creative? I know I don't. I just like to live and breathe free. Breathe free, that's what I say. Life or death, inside and out. No guts, no glory. You gotta show your guts to get guts, you know? You can shove it right back in. Sometimes you're granted these little moments in life to do something quite interesting. And sometimes life smiles back at you. And sometimes it's the best day of your life. And then some days you just burn the popcorn. I severely burned the popcorn about 20 minutes ago, still airing out the house. So it were as it was. But then I remembered that I have a pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, and the butter is definitely not butter. I can't believe it. I'm a sucker for butter, actually. Gosh darn it. We were raised on butter. This is America. And funny enough, it was. I can't believe it's not butter. Country crock. There's a butter in this country called country crock. It's the kind you put on your biscuits. Not your fleshy biscuits, but the biscuits in the bready kind. The bready kind of biscuit. How's everybody doing today? My name's Story, and I'm here to tell you about the end of the world and how it's gonna happen. So stick around. Oh my gosh. I just like to draw us all. Passer? I just started this live. Did I? No. Actually, it was about 5.5 minutes ago, friend. Hello, Passer. Nice night for a walk, eh? I know I was on here 25 or something 30 years ago, but still, it's been a while and I just want to drop in and say hi. Coloring? Where do you see color, my friend? Besides my cheeks. Now you've got me blushing. Too right, Cobba. I hope I did that justice. Fair enough, Piker. Fair enough. You're the most beautiful one in the world today. Yeah, yeah. Just thought I'd let you know. It's because of people like you it keeps me going, my friend. The people out there who speak truth aren't afraid to speak their mind. Gives me the courage to do so myself. So I do appreciate it. I'm going to draw a flower now. Some kind of flower. A flourishing flower. Flower power, as some of them say. What a joke those people were. Whoa, dude, we're gonna change the world. Oh, shit. No, we can't. Hey, let's just give up. Okay, yeah. Let's buy houses for $20 and then sell them for $2 million. Yeah, let's do that. And then call their kids lazy when they complain about it. Why don't you guys want to work 7 jobs to afford a house? Like, fucking lazy millennials. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, sometimes there's a guy in California who doesn't know what he's talking about. He laughs at his jokes and it's kind of gross. He thinks he's something special, but he's not. Oh, that's a desperate laugh. There we go. Now, I'm going to draw some eyes. There we are. And then these little things. Get on up in there. Cover that little red mark up. It's always wonderful meeting other artists, being able to talk with them about their own process and their own hang-ups and their own achievements according to themselves, you know. It's always been something I've done ever since I was a kid, and it's always been kind of like a hindrance, you know, where other kids were outside doing things, like being kids. I don't know, I guess I did that stuff too. But I spent so much time just with my head down working on these sorts of things. Little drawings when I was a kid, I think comic books. I used to draw comic books when I was in elementary school and stuff, all the way up until I graduated high school. It's always been there. Well, hello, Team Quack. How the heck are you? Hello, Matthew. It's not really focused very well, is it? Maybe it's the light. Well, don't get in trouble. You be kind to the workers. They're just doing their jobs. And if you can get free coffee out of it, do that too. Man, I wonder if I can... One second. Oh. Well, I was born on a hill in the garden without water. On a hill, in the There we go. Hey, that's a little more clear. Yeah, we need to do a lot of things. We need to do a lot of things, that's for sure. That's why I think it's just so important to focus on yourself and to focus on how you perceive things in your personal hang-ups in your inner world, because it can lead the way. All you have to do is tap into it. Just gotta trust yourself. Listen to your heart, and be brave, because it's gonna get a lot worse. You go and get some shit done, Passer. I appreciate the company. You be safe down there in Australia. Everybody say bye to Passer now. He's working for the government of Australia with these UAPs. And he checks in on my channel from time to time to make sure the UAPs haven't completely taken over my channel. Because they are trying. I can feel them under the floorboards right now. They're trying to get up and out. But I'm keeping them down there as if it were that movie Evil Dead. Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn. I'll swallow your soul. It's based on a true story. It's a really gross one. Well, it's kind of interesting. But anyways, have a good day, Passer. Or night. I know you are. You're like a ship in the night and in the day. Thank you. Be safe out there. Right there with you, Matthew. That was a world that I thought we were actually, moving towards. 9:30 a.m. Okay, cool. 5, 6:30 here, I think. Yeah. Wait, 5:30. Oh, it's only 4:30 here. My clock is right. The hell? That's weird. I'll see ya. Does anybody want some tea? It's Earl Grey. It's vintage 1973. No? Okay. Foliage is to draw. It's not the best, definitely not the worst. But it is nice when you need something just to fill in a quick little spot. Speaking of being brave, you also gotta be brave when you're making art. Art smart, I know. Believe me, trust me. Believe me, trust me, I know. Believe me. Trust me. Art is whatever it is, but still, you gotta be smart about it. And like a beautiful, sweet, ugly little fox. You gotta tell it who's boss. You gotta tap into that vein. Rappity tap tap. That's what the raven really was in that Edgar Allan poem. Edgar Allan poem! Oh my god, I said that. Slowly filling in the gaps. Ninja, you know I've been waiting for you. Hello. I was wondering when you would come back. We've all been waiting, patiently, here in the dark. Where have you been? Crazy is as crazy does. Oh, shit. Sorry. A quest? A question? For me? My leg still hurts from the last one you sent me on. And I still can't see out of my left eye. And my third eye is definitely not working anymore. What do you think you're going to do about it this time? Look at that big funky finger. Look at that big funky finger. Thank you for all those little faces. Those are cool. I don't know what that means, but that's what it's rad. It's giving me all these little goose pimples inside of my brains and my guts and stuff. Or maybe them just got some kind of skin infection, maybe some kind of gut infection. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm happy to get any kind of attention, even if it is from bad bacteria trying to kill me, you know. It is what it is, and I am what I am. Said the pickle to the ham. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see here. It's grabbing onto these things. It looks like a pharaoh, actually. Maybe. Look how big it is. There's a lot going on in there. There's a lot going on in there. A little chin down there, a little eyeball up there, a little tongue down there, a little nipple over there. There's a lot going on in there. Alright, now we've got on that little field trip. Y'all can just sit back, relax, and quit asking me to stop the car every 5 minutes, because it's not going to happen. You know, get off me back about that. I'm really exaggerating the accent there. Got it? Okay. Just so you know, I am 100% Californian. I was born here. I was actually conceived on the fine soils of California. So, not so fine after I was born though. So, just drawing the truth to your attention is all. Put that in your record books and smoke it. I know you aliens are out there listening right now. I know it says 2, but I know how many people are actually watching. And the aliens are up there and they're invisible to my eye because they know what's going to happen, and so do I. And so do I, friends. If you want to find out what's going to happen to humanity and all of us within the next 6 months, just watch my next episode. It's called Hey everybody, this is Story Grub. We're going to find out today what happens with the rest of humanity. This is 6 months later than the last time I mentioned it. It's going to be a really great episode. You never should have left. You were homeless in Santa Monica for 8 months? I imagine if you were going to be homeless anywhere, it should be Santa Monica. God bless that state, that Santa Monica, that Saint Monica. Who goes there? Who goes there? Mother? Old Witch Wilson? Who goes there? Did you bring my flowers? Did you bring my cheese whiz, boy? How many times do I have to ask for that golly gosh darn dang cheese whiz before it actually... Oh, they're gone. They're gone. I must have scared them off. I am more powerful now than I ever thought I was. Oh my god. They're still in the room, I can tell. They're gonna scare me, I know it. The only thing that I've been able to successfully pass through the phone is a dry sense of humor. But that's only on Tuesdays after 3 o'clock. When the greatest ideas come to me after 3 o'clock. Right on the nozzle, tippity top, 3 o'clock. And you know why? Do you want to know why? Yeah, it's not, it's a secret. It's classified. Well, there you go. Now you're getting jiggity with it. Down here in the hood, we classify that as the same ballpark. Pretty darn good, if you ask me. Pretty darn clever. And I don't use that word lightly, because I know how heavy the proportions are. And darn it, I pay for the portions, not the proportions. Just keep it at that. Let's just keep it simple and civil. Right? There we go. Now I've got to fix this bloody arm. What do I do? What do I do? There we go. Right before I came on here, I burnt, like, literally burned a bag of popcorn, like it caught on fire. This shit was like, it lit up the whole goddamn pantry where the microwave was and everything. And the microwave, I'm probably gonna have to take it out back and just shoot it in the back of the head. Make sure it's dead because I put it out of its misery. Because it is gone. It is toast in that thing. I can't believe that happened. And I can't believe the smoke detectors didn't go off. But my aunt was saying, she smelled something, and I'm like, no, I'm just doing popcorn. And then she's like, no, I really smell something. I'm like, it's all good, just popcorn. Little did I know, I went back there thinking it was gonna be like slightly burnt, which I would like be eating, like, the perfect crispy little popcorns. But no, the whole thing was freaking on fire, and it was like the whole room was filled with smoke, and there were little demons dancing in it, crying my name and saying they were gonna take me home. And it was terrifying. I was terrified. I don't even eat shrooms by myself anymore, man. Have you ever even done shrooms? I don't. You talk about shrooms so much that it seems like you probably have never done them. Have you ever done them? You have? Okay. Just curious. And I don't think it's something that I can do just willy-nilly anymore. I really just gotta. The next time I do them, I think I'm gonna. I really want to just, go somewhere by myself and just meditate. It's just scary. It can be really scary just doing that kind of stuff too sometimes because you get to see a lot of yourself, and it puts things into direct perspective. It's not just something you want to just take for the heck of it. I mean, you can, and I definitely have, but like I said, I feel like these days I want to use it as a tool. And not that you weren't saying that, not that we weren't, like, if you were saying that, you weren't, what I mean. But I would have to be really comfortable with somebody to do it again and that sort of stuff. Only until you sober up. But I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. Like unstoppable how? Just like, in spirit, like in yourself, or like figuring things out, or because when I used to do it as a kid, I used to like go off into the woods and do it, or sit by a river and just go out into nature. You know, that was like the best place. But I don't know where you live, so I don't know. I lived in Portland and I did it a lot there too, and it's like a freaking. There's something about a city doing it in a city, like psychedelics, because they are cities are like can be like jungles with so many people. You could learn. You could use it as a tool anywhere. I just prefer nature, and with the less people, the better. Just like sex. But let's move on from that. There's this bird outside that sounds like the doors when they open on Star Trek, like on the cat on the bridge. Makes this little clicking sound, like chirping sound. There's this bird outside that's making the exact sound, and I keep thinking somebody's outside watching Star Trek. It's really boggling my mind. Well, I think they would disagree with you about the shrooms. I don't I don't really pay attention to those people anyways, so I don't really know enough about them. Don't really care about to know anything about them. They're just playing their parts. You think Trump is changing the world for what? Are you lumping Trump into that? And Conway West for the better? Because you might be on the wrong channel for that, my friend. Not to be rude, but Trump ain't no friend of mine. And he ain't no friend of yours either. Hello. I don't know who you think is saying that, man. So you're not being like specific, and I really don't want to talk about politics, and I don't want to talk about those people. I'm not gonna talk about things that I want to talk about. And like, yeah, I know enough to know that those kinds of people aren't changing the world. They're changing it for a few, or for them and themselves only. And it's people like that that have gotten us into the predicaments that we are. I don't know. I don't understand, because you said you lumped Trump in with all of those people. I'm really confused. I just don't understand. Like, Trump is at war with people like me right now, dude. So to say that he has anything, he's just a fucking lying piece of shit. Just like, says one thing and does the other, and does everything to appease his people, who don't think for themselves, who would put you up on a stake if you were talking the way you were talking to them. You think these people are your friends. It's like, these people are not your friends. And like I said, I don't know enough about those other guys or whatever. I know the basics about certain things. And I've seen enough to know that, like, they don't, I don't respond to them. I don't relate to them. I believe in a higher power. These people are evil as fuck, dude. Like Trump and his minions, dude. Are you kidding me? Not that the fucking other side is any better either. They all go to the same clubs, the same parties, the same gyms. They live on the same street. They're all related. Dems and the Republicans, it's all a fucking joke. It's a smokescreen to keep us fucking in the dark. But you look at who people hang out with and who they associate themselves with, and that's how you weed out the people who are actually trying to do you harm and who are not sticking up for the working class or the most vulnerable among us. If anything, they're taking away everything that people like that are deserved, and that nobody has been helping them retain for the past like 50 fucking years. Just like workers and the weakest among us in society, their rights and their privileges have been being stripped for decades now. And it's just been getting worse and worse with the working class, and look who profits. I always say where there's smoke, there's fire. And you look at the people who are profiting, and it ain't us. It ain't you. You're talking about being homeless and being in prison and all this stuff, you know? It's like the system is broken, and those people are a part of it. They profit off of the system. They profit off of the broken system. We are cogs in the machine. So, yeah, anyways. Play guitar boogie. Play guitar boogie? I don't know what that means. But I can play guitar. I mean, well, I mean, if I was going to boogie, I would be like, something like a, well, a boogie woogie here, and a boogie woogie here, and a boogie woogie everywhere, and a boogie woogie everywhere, and a boogie woogie on my shoe, and a boogie woogie on my toe, everything's on where the boogie woogie goes. So I think that was how that one went. Can't exactly quite remember. Boogie woogie woogie woogie. And that's not to say some people don't have good ideas or don't say things that matter or don't, you know. But you got to look at the track records of certain people, you know. You got to look at, like, records matter, and things that people say matter, and things that people do matter. That's why I got out of that nonsense, and that's why I'm just a free thinker now. Seriously, I got off of my Facebook page. I got off of Facebook after being on it since 2009. I got off of Instagram. The only thing I'm on is YouTube, and I do this kind of stuff, you know. And in my spare time, I just travel around my little area where I live, and I go to the ocean a lot, and I meditate, and talk to God, and I think about people that I love and that I miss, that are living, that are dead. I think about things that actually matter to me. Try to find a balance. And nowhere in my life does any of the things that these other people talk about online or anything like that come into play. In real life, people just don't even, you know, talk about the kind of stuff that you would think that they would based on people's news, their little bubbles that they are in, you know. It's quite strange. And I live in a very conservative area, you know, of California. And, you know, I'm not conservative. So it's just very whatever here. So you see a lot of Trump flags and this sort of stuff. And never once have I been, you know, nobody's ever said anything to me or thrown any stones at me or anything like that. I think that anybody's capable of being awful, no matter what side of the spectrum you think you're on. And that's why I just don't like labels. I don't like division. Once people understand the power that they have against the people who are keeping us down, and they've been doing it for, I mean, obviously decades, but centuries, but it just seems like there was some kind of promise, you know, when technology started happening, where things were just going to just start getting better because we were going to have the tools and the knowledge was going to be in our pockets, you know. But look at what happened, you know. Look what's going on around us. Like it's almost as if it's just one big game for them just to look down from their thrones and laugh at us. We're at war with like 9 countries right now. We're bombing like 9 countries, let alone all the covert shit that we're doing all over the world. Causing mayhem, creating terrorists just by dropping bombs on them and killing their entire families in one foul swoop. You know, it's quite despicable what's happening in the world, and it's not getting better. It's getting worse, and it's gonna get so much worse when people start running out of water and toilet paper at the same time. Not only will they not be able to wipe, but they won't be able to flush. What's gonna happen then? They're gonna be like, I want a haircut and to flush my turd down the toilet. God damn it. And then they're going to be wishing that all the water protectors had actually, been successful and protected the waterways and kept them from being polluted. Because by the time that happens, all of our waterways are going to be polluted because corporations are going to move in and privatize all the water systems. The cronies at the very top are going to hire them to do it. I'm sure they're already doing it. Let alone all the pollution that's already in the pipes that they said they were going to fix, and they promised and promised and promised they're going to fix. Never do. Don't get me started on ketchup. You're not making me angry. Hey, Luna. This is the kind of stuff that's on my mind a lot, my friend. This is the kind of stuff that I have to make sense of, that I see in the world, all around me all the time. And living in certain places has changed the way I think about the world too. Yeah, it's been a bit, sweetie. It's good to see you. Like in Portland, like I've mentioned a few times on this channel, how I would, have to step over people in sleeping bags to get to the bus stop. You just have to make a choice, Are you going to make sure that person's still breathing or alive? Or you're just going to try to get to the bus. and then you get to work and you have your coffee and you do your job and then you go home on the bus and whatever. Same thing happens the next day. Different part of town or whatever. It's just those little things where it just perspective just hits you in the face with a closed fist, and it just tells you who you are. And yes, there were plenty of times when I reached down and I stole that homeless person's wallet, and I ran. I ran hard. But that didn't stop me from being a good person several times after that. I'm just a little bit serious. They took my wallet and I went to get it back, but in the meantime, I stole 25 wallets. Oh my God. What is that sound? What is that sound? I shouldn't be saying that on YouTube. They're keeping a record of this, and I'm probably being spied on by the FBI. I do not know what that is, Matthew. Show us the whole piece, yeah. Here we go. I'm just trying to fill in the entire page. So it starts down there. And I think that's Alf right there. I want to watch a horror movie. It's such a nice day here. But I brought my Xbox into my room, and now I have my TV in my room, and I can watch movies and stuff. Just sounds nice to go in there and feel the breeze through the window. My mom is staying over too, so we were watching Lost. We watched the first episode and like all the way to like the 5th episode. They're probably still watching it. But I came out here to draw for a minute after I almost burnt the house down with popcorn kernels. Holy moly. I haven't. I think I've seen bits and pieces, you know. I know of it and stuff, but I haven't seen it. Does it look good? Did I see your comment? Oops. And then yeah, I don't know what that means if that's what you're asking. Oh. Oh, you can't paste it or something? What do you mean? What's YouTube? Wait, we're on YouTube right now. What the hell? Oh, Charlie is definitely my favorite. That's funny you should say that. I always have this like bumper sticker idea, like I'm still mad that Charlie died. But then it's cool that he came back later. You know, even as he came back as a ghost a few times too, or whatever, for Hurley. Um, I also really like Sawyer. I think Sawyer is pretty cool, and I have respect for Jack. You know, and every time Saeed would come on screen, we would always me and my friends got to go Saeed like really loud, like every time he came on screen, like when we started watching it the first time. Because my buddy, we had just oops, sorry, jeez, we had just moved to Portland for the first time, and it was back. This was in 2000. This was March of 2007. We moved up to Portland, me and my buddy Andrew, and we moved in with my friend Luke, who had this big screen in his like little apartment in by downtown, and this projector, and we just sat and like for like 2 weeks when we first moved there because I had a little bit of money, didn't have to find a job right away or whatever, and we just binged on Lost and Heroes and Battlestar Galactica, and oh my god, it was just the best time of my life because Portland was just so magical. The building that we lived in, it was basically across the highway from downtown, but literally across the street. And my friend Lindsay lived in the top story, and my buddy Andrew and I lived in her attic. So we lived on the top floor of that building, so we could climb out onto the roof and see downtown from like right there across the way from where we lived. And it was just quite a freaking experience to, and yeah, everything about Portland when we got there was just magical. We moved there in like an 18-foot U-Haul, and I got into downtown driving that thing, and I didn't know where the hell I was. And it was scary because it's so big in downtown. I had never driven such a big downtown before, and it was, but then I was just like, okay, I just know I have to take a left somewhere and just go straight up to find their place. This is back before smartphones and stuff. How come you're not a mod? What's Jordan? I think what was his name? Jordan. He was saying that earlier too. Do you want to be a mod? Would you like to be a mod? I guess when I made Passer a mod, I said, I told him that he had a mod bot or something like that. Well, are you mad at me because of it? It wasn't. I wasn't. Oh my gosh. Clark for Idaho for 15 months. I lived in Boise, Idaho for 10 years. 10 frickin' years. It was crazy. But that's where I learned how to build me chops. My little ding-dongs. I know you have, Savage. It's fun. And now you get to be. And you always support my channel, and you tell people to subscribe and like it and stuff, and I really appreciate that. So congratulations. Good. I like your calm. Sometimes I just get lost in the fray is all. Lost in the fray. Fray. There we go. Well, we'll see about that. We shall see. Well, it wasn't anything personal either, just so you know. Plus, I've known Luna for quite a while. I've known Luna since I lived in Idaho. So she's no willy-nilly moderator. She's an old friend. And I tend to make people moderators that seem to be, you know, that have like good heads on their shoulders and compassion, love in their heart. Because at first this channel was pretty interesting, where people were constantly commenting on the way I looked and stuff. That's why I rarely go in front of the camera anymore. Because at first it was pretty rocky. Sometimes somebody comes in and jabs at me. So it's good to have people who have your back around. Luna is. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. I did him today. Or, I don't know if you're from Idaho, Luna, but I think she lives there now. And then, yeah, I lived there for 10 years. The teen, what do you call them? Like, the teens? The 2010s, I guess, maybe? Is that what they called it? I didn't realize that they were so glossy, or they were like so reflective. They're really cool. I have a new hairstyle. I got it in the mail yesterday. I'm really psyched. It's like a bob cut. I've been wearing it all day. So I had to do my nails too. Been a little bit of a lazy day. But that's okay. I think that's okay every once in a while. Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a long time. That's 9 days, at least. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That sounds good to me. Man, I can't believe the smell of that popcorn. Oh my god. It like just burned into the... It burned into the walls. I burnt the popcorn again today. All my neighbors went away. Burnt the popcorn on the way home. I left it in the microwave and nobody cared. Based on a true story. Oi. Yes. Well, it's been a little over an hour now, friends. And as much as I'd like to stay, I must go. Well, it's true because nobody recognizes me. Every once in a while I'm out there, somebody goes, "Hey, Story Grove from Art Club." And I go, "Oh, that's just a mirror." And I'm just saying that to myself. And then I get quite sad, quite lonely. And I think about all the little slippery devilish creatures that are slipping around devilishly in the dark behind my eyeballs, causing me all sorts of a ruckus. I can't keep up with it anymore. I don't have the momentum. But I try. And that's where the art comes in, my friends. The cluster art fields outside of the Valley of Death comes with the Nightfall once or twice a year. And it's happening again this weekend, so if anybody wants to come and have some tea, we'll make a little deal of it. All right, that's enough of that. I should probably close the door. The neighbors are probably listening, taking notes. That's the thing there, buddy. Don't let them hear you because they will write down everything that you're saying. I know that my house is bugged. I know it. I fucking know it. Just be safe out there, okay? Just be safe. And just remember, code word, cheese noggin. I just like, imagine everybody out there doing cheese noggin. And because if you say it fast, never mind, it doesn't matter. Anywho, be creative, be kind, be yourself, and thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Savage. You have a nice night. Goodbye, Luna. You have a wonderful night too. It's good to see you. Thanks for all the likes, by the way. Holy moly. I appreciate that. It's been a whirlwind of a few weeks, and I have a few big things coming up here in the next few months that are potentially life-altering, at least for my little world. So I will keep you posted if you're interested. So all that stuff. In the meantime, just remember, if you're ever feeling overly creative, overstimulated, just go for a little tablet of ArtGuard. That's right, ArtGuard. Kills creativity dead. All right, everybody. This episode was brought to you by ArtGuard. Kills creativity dead. From the makers of ArtGuard X. Kills creativity deader. Y'all take care now. Love you.